Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are directly into the action. Apologies for the technical delays. I'm Pineapple Phillips, joined by Boggs, and we do have Vertigo, the first map in this best of three. Just to quickly rife through them, we have Vertigo, Ancient, and Overpass as the decider. This is the pick of Party Astronauts, and personally, I'm just happy to see a map that's not Inferno, Overpass, or Mirage.
Yeah, we get something fresh, we get something new. It's a good thing to see a different map than some of the classics in North America, and it's a bit of an interesting pocket pick coming, or I guess I should say, an interesting decision from Party Astronauts. They haven't played it all too often here, but back in their EG days, this core did have a 2-0 record against ATK, so no reason why they wouldn't be willing to go back into it here. Rek trying to swing around on the scaffolding, taking taps, can't get the shot, finally does, and that's the bomb dropped as well, but out towards middle, Ponal and Ben Lead have found a pair. DJ steps up though from jump up and knocks down those two. Chop and Ben now remaining on the site proper, one on the flank in the form of Mistems. The bomb ticks away. No armor for Ben Elite, just the decoy grenade, not even a flashbang, but he has DJ on a plate. Mistem and Bowden splitting in, kit for Bowden. Mistem, he's been unspotted. They should know where he is now. Ben has peeked out, maybe seeming to know where it is. He knows him for sure now, but Mistem will win that fight. Chop to the 1v1, needs to buy time. Bowden has the kit, it's dropped forward. Mistem has to either recover that or get that kill. Time is of the essence, and he has not gotten the kit. There's no chance for Mistem to win this round. Chop has done his job, and Party Astronauts will claim the opening round of this series.
Could he have gotten that kit?
Dropped through the sandbags.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way you can recover that. No, you can't.
Volvo, please fix.
That's painful. As far as I can tell, we don't have audio. Just for those of you wondering, those of you who are going to ask, of course, we're working on it. Again, the stream has been marred by technical delays. It's a miracle that the production team could get us up as is. Again, hats off to them for getting through just the myriad of issues that we have been facing. However, we do at the very least get to watch the game, and ATK, despite their loss, they know they've done damage, and they will force into round number 2. MP9s and pistols, 2 of them being deagles, 1 of them being a 5.7. No kit, so it's going to be a battle of attrition. Party Astronauts, what do they have? It's AKs, not AKs, but rifles, excuse me, across the board. 1 of them being an AK. So this makes things an uphill battle for ATK in round number 2.
It is indeed an uphill battle for ATK, but not one which they can necessarily not expect to do damage in, because the Deagles, boosted up like this, can do damage. The 5.7 up close, very potent. The MP9s as well. So there's chances for ATK to do some damage, even more chances for them to even steal away around, with that damage being the leading point of the charge. Flashing in, lots of presence being shown now by PA. Ben has spotted the boost, which has to dismantle itself. The deagle from Bowden doesn't do anything as 60 entries into the B site, or the A site, excuse me. Swisher the first one down. Bowden going to retake his position on top of jump, but he is going to be finished off by the very same man. Molotov into the position, will hold anyone at bay. Bomb will fake being planted and trying to bait out some more or utility, but it will not be thrown. There is none left for ATK to spend, and they'll just call this one a save and try again with the 2 MP9s and the 5.7 in the next round. No reason for them not to try again in the next one, and Party Astronauts will take the 2-0 lead, and as long as they don't lose anybody on this pseudo hunt, they'll have the same buy, just a little bit more utility behind it.
Yes, sir. ATK, smart call, prudent call to save these weapons. We praised Party Astronauts for doing the very same yesterday versus Nouns on Mirage. It was like 4 players surviving. They lost the A site. They just headed for the hills, straight towards B, saved all 4 weapons for the following, and were able to do a lot more damage than they would have been able to otherwise. So this is a very smart call coming in from the MP9s and the 5.7. I like this spam idea from Mistem. Unfortunately, it won't quite connect. We are going to have a brief moment on the cameras. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to get that sound issue hopefully fixed very quickly. I don't think there's going to be a very long delay whatsoever here, but thus far, Boggs, is kind of par for the course, what you would expect. The pistol round winners do win the second as well. That was Party Astronauts. Sig C coming alive at the start. Very good to see with him on the Galil. We'll see if he can continue to build up that confidence heading on into the actual first half of this map.
Yeah, he's definitely one you want to see shining for the Party Astronauts. Has the highest impact rating and the second highest HLTV rating on this team since joining. Pone alone, of course, has the other statistical advantages. So it's the Opera and the secondary Opera that have the most statistics. But I think that we'll see a lot more rifling out of 6. I don't think Party Astronauts are necessarily going to be using that double up all too often, especially on a map like Vertigo. But we're back in here, and looks like Party Astronauts are facing a little bit of a resistance from ATK into a 2v2 as Bowden will take down another, bringing it to a winnable situation. He has no armor, but it has not kept him from finding at least one kill. Pone alone shuts him down on the jump, though. And DJ, last man alive, looking for kills. He has the AK in hand, fails the jump, makes it the second time. Molotov inside hall. Still, 10-second defuse. Very difficult decision. No, he takes down so much damage, and Viz will put him to bed. Party Astronauts up 3-0. And that was technically their bonus round, but it wasn't necessarily against a full eco. It was against those saved MP9s of the 5-7. Now ATK can buy up fully. Opt for Bowden. Bowden alone has one to counter. Chop on a Galil. Utility purchased up. AKs on the rest. First gun round coming in round number 4.
First gun round ops on both sides of the equation as well. Both coming out quite early. I'm excited to see what they can do. Pone alone and, of course, Bowden Master. Aids exchanged early on both sides of the map. Party Astronauts, no clear direction as to where they want to end thus far. It's just a bit of a default, back and forth, holding and covering all their bases. And that's a good nade down the ramp. Actually, no, it wasn't down the ramp. It was somewhere else. 6C took, 43 damage there? I'm not sure exactly where. Oh, it's down towards B. That's the location. It's a lot of harassing utility from ATK, as they're just making 6C as uncomfortable as possible down below the stairs.
A lot of time on the clock still to work with, but no opening kill just yet for Party Astronauts. Swisher exchanges some nades, and Bowden catches Ben on retreat. That's a good start in the first opening pick for ATK as far as we know. 6E boosted up over top. Actually, Viz boosted up over top of that smoke on the shoulders of 6E. Gonna drop on down, and now work in towards the B site. Missed him in towards middle. 2-1-2 from ATK with a little more spread out pressure going back to the B side as A is silenced. Lots of info from Bowden peeking all the way down. They can see all they need and anticipate what is going on. Flashes are there. Molotovs are there. Something needs to clear wreck out of position, or this is going to be very hard to deal with for the Party Astronauts on their offensive. Utility flying in. DJ with the first. And that is going to allow Rec to just swing out wide. Easy peasy there for him. No real chance left for Chop and Pone alone. No time on the clock. And Bowden is here to make sure they do not save. Although he might not go hunting for it. This is going to be the first round of the board for ATK, and it comes at a very early juncture.
Yeah, where's the op? He dropped it over there. Took up the rifle from that fallen opponent. And he will recover his op as well. A flawless and clean round for ATK to get on the board. That is a big one to find. 5 players surviving does a lot for the CT economy very quickly. They'll have to reinvest into utility, but not much else. They'll get a couple extra kits for good measure. But beyond that, they have a good amount of cash in the bank. Very well done from the CT side to start things off with the rifles. Party Astronauts going into this one, they still have the op, but they're lacking utility on Pone alone and actually on a couple of players. They have a Galil on Ben Leet. It leaves a lot to be desired. ATK should have a solid, hefty advantage in this round number 5.
And even bigger as 6E gets picked off first by Mistum. Swisher able to evade the scope of Pone alone that was hunting Ben onto that fallen AK. Looking for something. Pone alone has to back away now as the utility fades. He goes out peeking and Bowden plucks him from the round. Second pick coming through from ATK. And now their CT side able to stand a little bit more. Party Astronauts, at least historically, much stronger on the T side. About 10 points higher in terms of win percentage than on their defense. Chop does get one, but in the meantime, DJ found another. Ben just wild spraying, drops the bomb. And Chop in a 1v4 spots out the op of Bowden and does actually put him to bed. But there's still so much for Chop to do. He actually might just toss this op out of the map, and that's probably the best thing he can do impact-wise if he can actually get it over the railing and down to the ground. Hopefully there's nobody strolling on the sidewalk, because I I mean, you ever see the stat about a penny thrown off the Empire State Building?
It's a myth. I hate to tell you.
Yes, it is. But I think an op would actually live up to that.
Oh no, that's heavy. Yeah, that's heavy. That will hurt. That will hurt. But there's still an op to be recovered and dropped over to Bodenmaster. Not actually. Was there an op dropped, or was it Mistim buying one?
I think Mistim bought that.
Because I know, didn't Ponolin have one?
He did.
So there was technically one on the field. It doesn't look like they actually found it though.
Which op
is Mistim?
Oh yeah, that's definitely. Wait, that is Ponolin's.
Is it Ponolin's?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So it is Pone's op. Interesting. Wonder what Mistim paid $5,300 for. I don't know. Either way, Swisher starts things off well. ATK, a very solid return to form when they find even footing. And Pistols, you can't expect much from them. In fact, you should expect almost nothing. It's a clean and flawless one. Bodenmaster took a little bit of damage there, a couple love taps, but it is ATK to tie things up, and we are coming back to the cameras. Hopefully, we do have an actual fix for the audio this time. We also have a pause to accompany it, so we won't lose any of the action, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm a little bit worried already, Boggs. From the outset, Party Astronauts have looked good with a pistol round victory and a second and third round to boot. But beyond that, they've fallen almost completely flat. They got, what, no kills in the first round, like 3 in the second, maybe 2. And none in the third. So it's not looking good. It looks like ATK are already building up a formidable bank in the early goings of this first half.
The ATK are able to build up a lot of money, and the fact that they were able to save the extra op too goes a long way. Still not sure what Mistim spent all that money on, but something or other. Either way though, Party Astronauts are just being caught off by these early pushes towards ramp and towards B, and they're not able to counter it. They're not able to win those opening duels. They're getting shut down. And unless they can get some form of control, they're going to continue to be bullied. It's a thing where ATK are able to get that second kill, and from that standpoint, there's nothing for PA to really build on. It's basically cutting off the rocket boosters before they get off the launch pad. You're not going to get into space like that. You're definitely not going to get into escape velocity. And for Party Astronauts, it almost seems like they either need to delay these control, like these passive, your standard ramp hold, you go back behind the forklift and all that jazz, delay that and use utility to retake it, or go for a spawn-based play, maybe put some pressure towards B or mid, and try and take something fast elsewhere on the map, because A is certainly not working, and once they rotate off, it's easy to read. You just scope down in towards ramp, and you know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, I would say, I think right now, from what I've seen, it looks like Party Astronauts are spreading out a little bit too much. Talking about one round where 6C kind of just pressed the smoke towards ramp and immediately fell. There's no one else there to try and pressure. His loss was all for naught because of it. So maybe some more direction, maybe towards the B stairs, the main focus, and a more passive hold towards A, or the inverse. One player passively holding towards B in that connector area or towards spawn, while the bulk of the force goes towards A. One of the two, and either way, I would say it could be a big adjustment that Party Astronauts could make coming into this 7th round.
Yeah. Now the thing is, it's technical pause, so they can't really be discussing things going on. They have to be silent and dutifully awaiting the reinitialization of this game. But yeah, Party Astronauts, if they don't get this gun round, I think it is timeout territory. Once they do, we should be going back in, and we should have sound as well, folks. So here we go. We're going back in. Let's see if the sound works. Yep, I hear the siren.
Music to my ears. Music to my ears, baby. I saw a suggestion, Boggs, that one of us should be casting, one of us should be making sounds, and I nearly said we should. I was very close to that.
I was thinking it too.
Yeah. We don't have to resort to that. And here we go. Party Astronauts, more of a direction. It's towards B, towards the stairs. It's the adjustment we wanted to see. 3 players here in the early goings to get control. ATK already forced back to a more respectful position on the back of the site.
There's the opening, though. It's 6C again getting plucked out of this one, lurking towards ramp. Mistim going to take initiative after that pick, being flashed in by Bowden to get control. And if the op peeking down ramp wasn't enough information, surely Mistim's advanced positioning will be. Ponalone is ready for it, but that smoke will let him know that at least one person is there. The spray will let Mistim know there's somebody on the other side. And the nade actually could do a decent amount of damage. Yeah, both players tagged down by about a third of their health. That's some solid control, some solid damage for Mistum. And at this point, it's more the mind games. It's more the psychological warfare. Molotov to delay a bridge push, and he's pulling off a Gandalf right now. Although he's using the fire of the Balrog, but, you know, he's still saying, "You shall not pass."
There's a bridge. You shall not pass. It's good enough. 2 of the 3. So, ATK had that luxury of stacking some players towards B. Party Astronauts feel forced into the site. Can they disentrench these players? DJ up close, jumping up, finds one before he's done. Rec dancing around the site. Could find one and maybe more. Biz in the chaos did find a single kill. Biz found something to talk about, but it's only one. A single solitary frag onto DJ. Everybody else survives, and ATK, a dominant performance in the early goings. How much money do they have in the bank now? DJ's a little bit low at 3.7, but everybody else is rapidly approaching that 10K mark.
Rapidly approaching indeed, and it's just getting better and better for ATK. Confident victories, not losing too many players. Fast up the ramp now from Party Astronauts, eating utility, eating op shots. Swisher does get caught by Pwn alone, and Bowden now in trouble, having to molly off the intruders. Mistum has come through to back up his off, but only good for one. Bowden does find one on the flames, though, and he'll actually get a second. 2 roasting in the molly. Barbecue by Bowden Master. And 5 in a row for ATK on the CT side of Vertigo. Both teams weaker on the CT side, although ATK's a little less of a goal, 41.2 versus a 42.5% win rate. Right now, though, it just seems that Party Astronauts have the wrong strat book for this map. And this was their pocket pick. This was their punish pick. It is, at least early on, looking to be a punish pick against their favor. Oh, this is good. This is so good.
It is. It feels rudimentary from Party Astronauts, is the best way to put it. Trying to spread out, and they're just caught out, forced behind utility, and then just read like books. Shot like fish in barrels. ATK, props to them for doing so, winning these rounds so convincingly, but still, it's very worrisome for Party Astronauts because, as you mentioned, this is their pick, their surprise pick as well. The vetoes were very interesting heading into this one, but thus far it has not paid off at all. 1 for 1. Swisher for Chop. Missed him walking around, is caught in transition, maybe looking to go towards those sandbags. Good kill from 6C, albeit a lot of damage taken. 3 versus 4 for Rec, DJ, and Bodemaster. 2 AKs and an op. This is the bulk of this Party Astronaut squad. 45 seconds left, and they are slowly beginning their push in towards A. 6C. Dancing with death. Not sure how he's still alive in this area. DJ, though. This flank could unseat everything. Could bring this round crashing down. Spotting one, doesn't get the kill. Made in response, but Ben Leet is there. Blindsides DJ, that should be the round, especially with Viz dropping Wreck. Bodenmaster, he finds one, but he knows this round is all for naught. He's gonna have to head for the hills, and Party Astronauts, after a long absence from the winner's column, do at long last win a rifle round.
And it's aggression from ETK that gets them punished, too. It's the peak from Swisher that leads to a 6-0 opening, and then the next peak, I believe it was by Mistum, that follows suit. Bowden, at the very least, has managed 3 kills, so Party Astronauts will be hurting a little more for money. Yes, it is more forgiving on the T side, but it's not going to be ideal. Maybe a player or 2 on Galil's. Looking like Chop will have to settle for a Galil at the very least, unless Ben drops him an AK. Either way, that's a lifeline for Party Astronauts, something that ATK didn't necessarily have to give over to him, and if it ain't broke, you don't necessarily have to fix it. Yeah, you want to try something new, but is pushing into a smoke and staying there necessarily the best option? Not sure. And I don't think Party Astronauts think that that round was much deserved either, given the fact they just called a tactical timeout.
No, they found something that worked. They might have even lucked themselves into something that worked, and now you have to figure out what was the winning recipe, what went right. Was it timings? Was it replicable? Was there something that could be gleaned from that round? Or is it just a fluke? And if so, what can we do in this one to keep the ball rolling? ATK still lead, albeit by 1 round. Their economy has been humbled a little bit. Everybody still has over $1,000 left in the bank for ATK, though. So there's still a ways to go before they can be fully reset. Party Astronauts, though, this is an opportunity. They have AKs, they have the op. This is a near identical buy, albeit from the CT side. What is the strategy in mind? Aggression towards B is the call for ATK. They'll get down the stairs. DJ posted up, missed him over the smokes towards A. It's more of a default-ish round from both parties in round number 10.
DJ on the stairs has Rek to support. Rek does have the Molotov. DJ will not be cleared by Viz, but it doesn't matter. Viz still wins that fight, but Rek catches his back up, and Viz is on 6 HP. But Ben's dropped down around the green. Rek is destroyed by Poet alone. I thought he had a chance, but his chance comes up empty-handed. Bomb can make its way onto the B side proper. Party Astronauts off the back of the timeout. A much more convincing take of this B site. But again, the aggression of ATK getting picked apart. That could be a problem that stems into something more. We'll see if it's a symptom or just an allergy attack. Chop looking for more. ATK will have to make a move quickly. Oh, the feet.
System's still tagged 95, though. System's still incredibly low from that duel. That might incentivize ATK to save instead. That kill definitely will. Bodemaster dropped. Good trade from Mistim, though. 2 versus 2. Do they go for it? They're just waffling between going and staying. And they will finally try to make their exit, but not before Ponalone snatches away a second. 5-5, Party Astronauts do tie things up. Swisher will save the op, though, for round number 11. And I will say, Wreck Monster, I guess that was his old name, Wreck, as he's now known, could have absolutely stolen away that round. His movement on the site was so good, dancing around. Ponalone was just a little bit too quick with his quick scope after he landed on the ground from the jump over. If he doesn't hit that shot, if he's a little bit slower, there's a world where Rek finds 2 more and just shuts down the round in favor of ATK.
Yeah, the young fragger over on ATK and Rek. Doing some good work. I don't think that molly was supposed to go where it landed. Over towards stairs.
No chance.
Bit of an issue there, but it's a new round. It's a new lifeline for ATK. They've got guns up again. We're in a tie ball game here. 2/3 of the way through this first half. Boda needs some damage, though. Down to half HP himself. With a lot of information with this op scope down through yellow. But I see how ATK aren't really over-pushing this time. They're playing angles where they are using their range, their advantage. They're using the op to get the initial probe, the initial info. Not pushing players close towards where Party Astronauts players could pluck them apart. And Zixi goes for a bit of a run boost. It does not pan out, though. Bowden shuts it down. And now this is where things can go awry again for PA. They've struggled when down a man.
Yes, they have. Bonemaster still sticking around as well. Mister will take some damage to the smoke, but Bowden, does he spot the player crossing? No. Towards the side hole now is Ben Leet. He'll get a lot of control. Ponalone drops DJ. Rek drops Viz over towards middle and B. Ben Leet now has been given a lot of room to work with over towards A. Chop. Treacherously crossing. Very lucky to be allowed this far. Just sitting in the smoke. Mistim is watching for it. A lot rests on this, though. He finds 1-0. Timings, everything. Mistim not looking in the right direction. Chop. Will he find 1 or 2? Ben Leet drops Mistim in the meanwhile. 3 versus 3, and Chop exemplary positioning. This is the linchpin of the round. He'll find 1, potentially even a second if he bides his time long enough. No, he'll pull the trigger now. 1 in the hand is not worth 2 in the bush. Swisher and Rek in a 2 versus 3. Already potentially considering the save, unless Swisher can find this kill very quickly. And no chance. What a play from Chop. 2 kills for him, and Rek will just save his M4 for the following. ATK's economy has been toppled. Might have a little bit left in the tank for a half buy or something similar, but Party Astronauts are back in the driver's seat.
They're back in the driver's seat, but ATK should be pretty fond of using timeouts, and they should call a timeout going into the next gun round. Only problem is, unless they want to reinvest around this saved M4 from Rek, it's going to be a hero rifle and some pistols around it. And that would most likely lead towards a 7th for the Party Astronauts. We'll see how the buy looks for ATK. Yeah, they should have it, and that looks like it's going to be the case. They're not going to go nouns and full force everything every time. They're going to play a little more conservative economically. Deagle's around that M4. Hopefully enable the M4 of Rek, who has been very good so far. It's been a bright point for ATK. Well, Bowden's gone. That's not the right start. Mistim falls as well. And the pistols, just evaporating.
Ooh, what a shot from 6C. EJ will drop Viz amidst the chaos elsewhere, but Ponalone quickly trades. He's just Rek, the aforementioned rifler, in a 1 versus 4. He's looking around hoping to find something, a player in rotation, a player looking the wrong direction, but no dice thus far. And in the lobby, he might just get totally blindsided if Chop chooses to go the right direction. It doesn't feel like a matter of if Rek survives, it feels like a matter of when Rek falls, because these players are hunting, they haven't put the bomb down, they want to take him down, they don't want him to have this rifle to bring in the following.
Yeah, it's the A4 too, so it's more expensive. That's a flashbang, but it could turn into an AK, although he doesn't want to take the bait. Wise decision. All that is gold does not glitter. Just want to go for it.
Bomb has been planted.
Meandering back into the jaws of the beast, though. The bulk of the party astronauts sitting on the space station B. Oh, Rek just gets timing right there. Knife out, but he does not fall. A chance against Chop, who peeks into the angle, falls to the ground. And now party astronauts have to rethink this hunting strategy of theirs. I think
the money's not great.
Save.
Yeah. Looking at Chop and 6C, they're both below a grand in the bank. They're at 750 and 650 respectively. Would have been even better to keep 3 up and really build that T economy. Maybe drop some rifles over. But instead, they'll only keep 2 up and let Rek save. 7-5, party astronauts are regaining the lead, reestablishing their lead that they found early on in this game. 7-5 now. They should have no problem reinvesting, but mind their economy, its growth has been stunted a bit, and that might be an issue depending on how these next couple rounds go. ATK, they have the rifles out once more. 2 M4s, an A1S, an AK, and of course the ever so important op of Bodemaster, which has been hitting shots thus far in this map.
It has. He's been given a lot of these openings. And there he gets another one. 6C again falling to the scope of Bowden. That's got to be tilting for Danny. He just keeps running into the angle that the op is holding, and that's his part to play. That's his role on this default, is to go towards ramp, and it's a pretty unfortunate role. Having to deal with that op. Good Molotov to force Rek out of position. That's something that's been neat. Oh, no, it doesn't force Rek out. He's still here behind his pillar, and he's been very strong from this position. Party astronauts waffling again as ATK begin to tighten the noose around him. PA needs
to retie the knot. It's been pulled off for a while. The knot is being retied now. There's still some wiggle room for party astronauts. 4 versus 5. And Viz boosted up could find something if DJ overextends. Rek has been here before. This should be expected, or can be expected, I should say. That flash gives him an opportunity. He won't spot anything. Not yet. Alone, will he be spotted? That's the question. Molotov forces Rek to throw the smoke. And things are going to get awkward on the back of sight. Now DJ has to swing the support. He'll start. Swinging does some damage. Does get one as well. No, it's Rek instead through the smoke to find the first. And lots of damage done means this is going to be a difficult round for the astronauts as gravity really sets in. DJ, Swisher, and Rek all combine fire. They shut it down. And it's another clean and flawless one for the CT side of ATK.
Great for the money as we enter the last 2 rounds of the first half of action. And party astronauts don't exactly have the most bank built up. They're going to have to half buy here. Despite winning 3 in a row, they're going to have to go for a half. Bet on a Galil, Deagles, and Tech 9s across the board. Eating some nade damage early as well. Party astronauts in a rough position here. Try and get into this round again. Should be a 7th on the board for ATK, especially now that Poet alone has been hard countered by a Rek, who's moved away from his back pillar and moved in towards mid. DJ around double stack, waiting for a push in towards the B site. Boost up this time for 6C around the wood wall. Rek needs no more inviting into this round. He'll add another headshot. Bowden is here as well. He's flashed off and DJ's fallen. Bowden down as well. 6C closing the gap with the Tech 9. Looks for a third and he's netted it. Hat trick for 6C. Bomb goes down. Smoke to be used towards green. And somehow Party Astronauts have an advantage. And 6C's picked up an op to boot. He can use that as he's on for the ace. Not spotted by Swisher in this retake. Slowly down through jump up. Closing another site, spotted and tagged. Now he's bagged by 6C, blind as a bat, and missed him, the last man alive, wondering if he should go or if he should save. His option is death. It's an ace for 6C and a hero play for the Party Astronauts.
That's why we've sung 6C's song for years. He is a legend, a long-standing member of North American Counter-Strike, and he is an explosive player, momentum-based player, and that will definitely put the wind in his sails. 5 kills, 3 of them with the Tech 9, 2 of them on the op, and a resounding return to form. He'll drop the scoped weapon to his teammate Pone alone. He'll grab an AK for his troubles, and the Party Astronauts guarantee themselves an advantage in the late stages of this first half, and are now looking to build into a 9th. Which again would be a very remarkable return to form given the early to mid stages of this first half.
And even the economic situation going to that round too. Tech 9's, Galil, Deagles. That was the half buy. 6C goes in, aces out. Huge start, Swisher around the sandbags in mid. Does manage that first, a little bit messy. Tosses in the Molotov, countered by Pone alone. The man advantage, plus the damage rests in ATK's favor, although 6C and Ben will answer right back in turn. Both getting critical kills and turning it to a man advantage for the Party Astronauts. Fast sprinting up the A ramp, getting some control. Smokes down on site, Ben clearing it as the bomb waits back in the arms of 6C, the counter utility, being chucked forward by ATK. And Viz has lurked into what is a wide open B site. Party Astronauts can run it back to the other direction, leave Ben as a lurk, as a decoy. Swisher's read this well. He can't win that fight though. Viz has the angle. Flash over by Rek. The nade can do damage as 6C plants the bomb. The nade will not be thrown for Tar. Too late. He survives. Rek will not. Viz goes down, as does 6C. DJ needs 2 more. 1v4 to a 1v2, but Ben, how's he gone there behind him? DJ unexpected. Not ready for Ben to just drop out of him behind. Silent and deadly. Party Astronauts take the half. Magnificent comeback in the last couple rounds.
Hey Future Pros! Last year we saw Furia pull off a never before seen triple boost, so I wanted to show you all how they pulled it off with great success. Setting up a boost like this can be incredibly dangerous, but let's look at the utility thrown that maximized their chances for success. To pull off this boost safely, you will need 3 Future Pros along with 2 smokes and 1 flash. Future Pro number 1. You will be the bottom stool for the boost. Head over to A short. Aim down and position yourself slightly to the right of the bottom sandbag. Then just chill out and wait for your other Future Pros to start climbing. Remember to stay uncrouched as your teammates will be able to jump on your head from short. Future Pro number 2. You will be throwing a deep ramp smoke along with a flash. To throw your smoke, get against the wall of the elevator room. Aim at the corner of this roof tile, then run forward and throw the smoke just before you pass the wall. To throw your flash, stand next to the white section of the wall and aim just to the right of the middle section of the first slabs of concrete. Then simply throw the flash. After that, head to short and scale the head of Future Pro 1, giving enough space for FP3, Future Pro 3, to get on their head too. Then all you need to do is crouch and jump when Future Pro 3 gets onto your head. Future Pro number 3. You will get to sit at the top of the castle, but first you'll need to throw a short smoke to block off the vision of Ts who could completely ruin the boost. To throw your smoke, stand next to this corner and aim at the top of the scaffolding in line with this underbeam. Now short is blocked off, you can begin your climb. Hop onto Future Pro 1's head. The movement here is a little tricky as CSGO does not like triple boosts. The goal is to immediately jump once you get onto Future Pro 2's head and strafe onto the railing, but I'd give it some practice offline to get the feel of it. If all things go well and the Ts respect your smokes, you will have done it. You are pretty...
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. ATK versus Party Astronauts, map number 1. Pineapple Phillips, joined by Boggs on the mic. We've had a very streaky first half, but one that does end in favor of Party Astronauts. It looked rather dire for a brief moment there. At one point, what was it, 5-3 in favor of ATK with like 5 rounds in a row that looked convincing, but Party Astronauts, a second wind, a lot of individual performances, specifically from Sigsy with that ace on the Tech 9 comes to mind. A very, very good round from him. And they're looking to further their advantage, looking to get double digits in this pistol round. Rek, though, starts things off quick and swift towards middle. Viz and Chop, though, take the fight towards B stairs and get 2 in response. Swisher coming alive a bit here in the pistol round. He's had a slow start, but he's found his first here in the second half. Nice kill to tie things up. 3 versus 3, and keep in mind, this aggressive buy from PA with the dualies means there's no kit present for the retake.
No kit, and time is quickly slipping out of their hands. Pone alone, clearing up on site, but Mistim deals with him accordingly around green. 6C, nice headshot. Chop trying to get the dualies to work, but he can't at range. 6C's out of time, he's out of HP. Swisher with 3 on the round, and ATK with a very good pistol round victory as they move now to the stronger side of Vertigo for them statistically, and the weaker side for Party Astronauts now the CT side. Not the ideal start for PA. They were looking to get to double digits, get this one on the road, and get this one into Ancient, which is not a map Party Astronauts have played within the last 3 months. We really haven't had time to break down the vetoes yet. But yeah, Vertigo, obviously. Ancient map 2, overpass the 3rd if we do get that far. And Vertigo was almost a necessity for the Party Astronauts, it seems, just from a cursory outlook. We'll see. I'm going to just go for the save here, and Viz will be the first victim. No real chance for P in this round.
There shouldn't be. Rek a second. Rek has had a heater of a game. Again, Rek is still a sub, I think, as far as I can tell. I checked his Twitter. It still says sub and player for Strife, which is very interesting. Would love to see some sort of promotion or some sort of update on that, because he's been a long-term sub, and at this point, a well-entrenched and accomplished member of this team. He's become part of their identity, I would say.
Yeah, he's played 38 games for ATK, or 38 maps, I should say, for ATK in the last 3 months. That's,
He's done well.
That's more maps than Party Astronauts have, as a whole.
Yeah, it's a lot of maps, and again, he's doing incredibly well. 16 kills to his name. He's top of the team, maybe even top of the server. Yes, he is. 16 for himself, 15 for Bodemaster, 14 for DJ. Stiv and Swisher trailing a bit, but they were the A players. There was not nearly as much A pressure in that first half. ETK, 1 away. They're within striking distance here now. It's going to be a bonus round for them. 2 AKs, 2 Galils, a MAC 10 versus not the best of buys either from Party Astronauts. They have a kit, they have some decent utility, but the FAMAS definitely a sore thumb in this one. Ben Lee holding that compromised rifle.
Compromised is a very good way to describe the ATK. It's a compromise. You're not happy to have it. It's not happy to actually have to be in the game. Nobody likes the FAMAS except for like maybe 2 people. But Bowden,
Oh my
look
goodness.
at all this information. He slipped the gap. He's got so much. He knows where 60 is. He knows where the next player is. 60 still fighting towards side as well, down towards ramp. And he's going to discover all 3. Bowden, Mac 10 for 1, but not the second. 60 mitigates the damage. And he should be able to hear these footsteps churning up the ramp. Now they have to know the utility thrown to counter. The chance to salvage the round for Party Astronauts. But the damage on Chop and 60 makes it difficult. The smoke gives a one-way to Ben. Missed him, oblivious to the fact. And 60 just unable to let that recoil transfer up. He wins that with an A4. But B is open for the moment as Viz started to keep an eye on things here as the bomb makes its way up the stairs.
Good lurk from DJ. There's a smoke down. It's not the best of smoke, but it'll do. Viz, though, on a very tight angle, finds the kill on the DJ. The bomb has made its way over. Swisher fakes the plant. He wants to get an opening before post plant is enacted. Wreck, there's the opening. They need a tied ball game, but now they know Swisher's alone. He has to fight, but Viz is the one to win it. Good headshot around the edge of the smoke. And it looks like Party Astronauts might just steal this one away. They're both low on HP, with Wreck so far away and equally squishy on HP. It's just not a feasible one to find. Wreck will drop his Galil, probably get an AK or an M4 over towards the ramp. Party Astronauts, they'll take the first rifle round. It's going to be a 10th for them as they again begin to reestablish this lead. And Boggs, we still have yet to really mention the bans. That's the most important part, I would say, in this case, for this series. Because Party Astronauts, rather than banning their permaban of Ancient, which is map 2, they banned Anubis, a map that they lost to ATK before. It's another map they don't play often. It's why it's not in this one. ATK, of course, banning Nuke in response. That's their perma. And the next set of bans are Inferno and Mirage, leaving us with Overpass. It's very interesting, Party Astronauts banning Anubis rather than Ancient. I'm very keen to see what they have planned for that second map, if anything.
Yeah, it is very curious to see, and a team that hasn't really played a map in 3 months or more and has a new roster or new additions to the roster. It's a core 3 plus 2. I'm very curious to see how they like to play Ancient, and I'm wondering if maybe 60 will take a little more of the in-game leading role into that map as well over Ben. But opening pick goes the way of PA. It's 60. Speaking of, to get that pick onto Bowden Master. 2 players holding towards B. That seems to be the target zone for ATK right now as they walk on up. Wreck on site does get one, but Chop trades that out with the FAMAS. Has a Molotov in hand as well. Ponalone might have spotted DJ, who gets dinked by the FAMAS of Chop. Put down by Ponalone. Missed him, closing the gap, trying to allow the the bomb to plant in Swisher's hands, who has an M4 as a matter of fact. Around the green, missed him, had an opportunity for 2 if he continued to spray, but he won't be able to find it. 60's up top, spotted over top, but missed him. He's gone around. He hasn't spotted the next player in line. Swisher's got a 1v2. He does take the first. He sprays for the second, but Ponalone quicker on the trigger. The damage catching up to Swisher. And Party Astronauts, a 3-round lead again, starting to climb forward towards 16 here on map 1.
That round was costly, but they have bought themselves some room to breathe, Party Astronauts. ATK went for a rather desperate investment there. They had a Galil, they had a lack of utility. Didn't look like the best of buys. It did damage, it got them to the bitter end, but it didn't get them across the line. That is the hard truth. So Party Astronauts, they have the advantage now. The lack of a bomb plant really makes this round a difficult save for the T side, but the lack of head armor makes that opening kill an easy one nonetheless. MP9 secured for Wreck now. That is not the direction I expected the opening to go. There's still a full suite of rifles, though, in the backlines. Okay, a trio of rifles now as they're being slowly picked apart. Party Astronauts, you buy yourself some room to breathe. This should be your easy round. What's going on?
Room to breathe, but not to thrive, it seems. The aggression against pistols is usually never a good idea. We can see why. 60, not so sure what those early shots were for, but it does scare off the ATK players for a moment. They've eaten a lot of damage. Viz beginning to get antsy and peeking through towards ramp. Does spot out Bowden. Goes for more, but again, PA cannot get these kills against the pistols. 60 has to try and save the day. He's on a FAMAS, swaps to the USP. gets the spot, has a time to reload as Swisher and DJ run on through. Bomb attempted to go down, doesn't even get down as Swisher Dome 6y. An ATK, a robbery of a round. Party Astronauts, they give the opening fights, but worse than that, they continue to take those peaks against the Pistols, and it just snowballs out of control.
Trading typically isn't good enough on the CT side. It's especially not good enough against Pistols. You should not be going 1-for-1 against Pistols.
No. Especially unarmored Pistols.
Yeah. There was, I think, what, maybe 1 or 2 Deagles, a P250, at least a couple Glocks, and no armor to be seen there. It was a very bare bones investment that somehow nets a victory, and now Party Astronaut, the shoes on the other foot, they are now on the save, and that jump, might have given it away. He spotted. System gets the information. Good dink. Swisher swinging out with the Moss, finds one, tags the second. Eagle in hand. ATK are looking to make this round a very quick one. Party Astronauts, it's just Pistols. Actually, it's an investment as well. It's Kevlar with Pistols. I didn't even realize. It's a force buy in response, and this round has a lot of implications. They're not finding much success anywhere. Rek finds the second in the round. 6C chop, both chopped quite low. So, seems like this is a very important round. ATK should have this one. They should have it clean, and they should also have a tied ball game after the following save.
ATK had it all, or rather, Party Astronauts had it all, and then ATK won that pistol round. Party Astronauts, all they had to do was shift down one more gear, and they'd be fine. But they go too fast against the Pistols. They lose traction on the turn. They've spun out. And we should have 11-11 here in map number 1. This is prime opportunity for ATK to really turn this map around and really go for the win now. Where they have Ancient as map number 2, which, yes, they've lost 7 times, but 4 of those came against Endpoint 4's Copenhagen Flames and Ents. They do fine against domestic competition.
I keep in mind that Pro League excursion across the pond has added a lot in the negative, sure, in terms of actual stats, but it's a lot of experience, and it's a whole nother game at that point. Roadmaster swung on by the Pistols, paralyzed with fear. He's taken down by the USPs. Combined fire nets 1. ATK, play carefully, tread carefully. Play in unison, don't let this snowball out of control. Rex sprays 1, tags a second, gets a third. Is still kicking, but very low on HP, almost caught on the crossing. And there we go, Rek does shut him down. Swisher found one of the FAMAS in the meanwhile. He's making that less than ideal weapon work. He's just chop, USP in hand, nothing else to work with. No 1 versus 4. He might be able to drop Swisher if he finds the right timing. But other than that, he's going to be hard-pressed to find any damage.
And that's how you play against Pistols, right? You don't go 1 for 1.
One player went 1 for 1.
No,
and
he
then
went
he
none
got
for
the
one.
information, though. He went not for 1, you know. That's what I mean, though. He was alone. That was my main kind of takeaway. He went alone, but he didn't have the information. They didn't know.
No,
and once you get that information, you don't make the same mistake twice.
He's probably holding for a ramp push, is more likely. And he just kind of got caught in weird timing and didn't get anything out of that. But we do see 11-all. Pwn alone, unable to get an op in hand. That is a big problem for Party Astronauts, who love to have a big green gun available. Bowden, however, does have his, so I guess this isn't necessarily green, it's an Asimov. The FAMAS is still in the hands of Swisher, too. That's an awful gun to have on T-side, but there's no helmets on any of the PA players. So that FAMAS actually becomes viable in this round.
It's like a battle rifle, just tap, maybe turn it on burst, only go for headshots.
I would love to see him use the burst on like a headshot angle.
Maybe a goofy call, line up for Viz. It's a lot of damage onto GJ and a kill onto Rek, but not a full-out second. GJ scales forward, gets a little bit of control here towards triple box, but they've yet to cross, and the crossing is the most treacherous portion of this play. Good flash, blinds chop, but Pwn alone is still waiting to support his teammate. Good flashes. Smoke is thrown as well, but still haven't addressed the chop issue. Chop finds 1, the op misses as well. Chop doubles down. 2 versus 4 for Mistim and Swisher. Swisher has at least gotten the upgrade. He's gotten the AK. There's so many players waiting behind these smokes. Mistim will try to scale forward as best he can. There should be no way they find a way through this. Mistim a good start. Ben Leet, though, finds Swisher. Just missed him. With Ponalone jumping around the corner, there's no way. Too many angles to watch. And Party Astronauts, in spite of lacking the op, they do get the job done. They only lose 2 players, but they do not recover the op for Ponalone.
That is unfortunate, and he still will not have an op. But at least Party Astronauts regain a lead. That is more important in the short and long term. They need to stay ahead of ATK here. Again, statistically, this is their weaker side on this map. ATK going a little bit faster towards ramp. DJ leading the charge. 60 swinging in, does half damage to Mistim. Need does a little bit on direct, but nothing too much to worry about for ATK. Ben over inside. 4 players over towards the A site. This is very well read by Party Astronauts. And ATK will have to be very careful not to get caught. Rek wins that first fight, traded out by Ponalone. But again, ATK keep finding a way to get trades, and trades can always scale into something better just like that. Man advantage now. Missed him to 2 HP, but he's done his job. He's gone for an extra bit of damage. And Chop trying to fill the gap. Will he be expected as he works his way through side?
Double stack. They're not watching it, and there's 2 players. The swing Chop finds 1. Second player missed him, does get the trade, but he's quite low, and Ponalone quickly finds that. Bodenmaster, that was a critical one to find. Maintains the advantage by a narrow margin. Now forces Viz's hand. Viz has to try and rotate around. Viz has no idea where they're going. He has the right inkling, the right idea, but will he expect Swisher so close? Yes. Walking into it, Swisher does win the duel. A little bit late to react, but he gets the kill. That's all that matters. ATK tie things right back up, and Boggs, this game went from streaky and back and forth to a neck-and-neck race.
It went from streaky to brawly. And
Streaky to scrappy.
yeah, that's good alliteration.
A bit better. Yeah, that's what I was going for.
This is a pretty weak buy for PA. Deagle, 5-7, USPs, flashbangs. ATK were able to make it work before. PA will have to try to do the very same. 60. He has the most kills for Party Astronauts. At the same time, it feels like he's always dying, too. He actually has the most deaths, too.
21 deaths in 24 rounds.
Yeah, he's negative, even though he has the most kills out of anybody on his team.
Kill disparity is kind of crazy as well. When you consider how close the game is, like, look at how different it is. 26 the top frag for ATK, and 18 the top frag for Party Astronauts. Auto frags are also quite disparate in favor of ATK, and yet it's still a tied ballgame.
For now.
For now. That's a good way to put it. Party Astronauts should not find anything in this round. Good spray transfer from Mistim, a good confidence builder for him as he slowly wakes up. Viz might have found something with the 5-7, but the lack of a clean duel there means it's going to be very difficult. DJ, good headshot from him. It's good to see DJ fragging as well. He's always a big question mark for me when we come into an ATK game, but he is more than carrying his own weight here on Vertigo.
He is indeed. Everyone's carrying their weight on ATK. Swisher had a big round a few rounds ago now. That Deagle shot as well, giving a big boost to the ATK side as they grab a lead late into this map. The pick of the Party Astronauts and Ancient up next. Could be too much of a concern for the ATK team. Molotov in for Viz. He won't see anything. Nobody forced out around that smoke because of it. There's nobody there, as a matter of fact, and Mid's going to be a little bit more of the focus point. Chop's going to be tested. The boost up for Bowden. And Chop doesn't even have time to react. There's no way he's winning that one. That's just a good heads-up play from ATK. Starting to really find their groove, too, I would say. They looked hit and miss in the early going. But as time has worn on, they've gotten more and more comfortable. Bowden is having a vintage performance as well. ATK are looking good here. On day 2, the final day of this closed qualifier for ESL Challenger Katowice. ATK would love another international appearance. Bowden would love a trip back home. Podolo with a nice one, but Rek with the drive-by to trade it back. He's on for a 30 bomb, Nate. And if his stats are accurate, he's 27-10.
He's been well on for a 30 bomb. He's been at 26 for a couple of rounds. He's slowed down. And yet he's still on pace. Sig and Ben Leet the last two. That op dropped out of the map for good measure. But they're not coming anywhere near this site. They're trying to save their rifles for the following. Party Astronauts, their money is in the dumps. Rifles in the next round could give them a little bit of bite behind their bark. But even then, it feels like ATK have gotten control. They've gotten the momentum, found their groove, and there should be no slowing them down. Swisher finds one of the two saving players. Ben Leap finds a kill on a wreck, but he's traded by Mistum. That's an acceptable loss. This T-side economy has been rather fruitful thus far. No problem digging into the coffers for a full buy now in round number 27. Party Astronauts. No saved rivals really makes this a desperate round. Some hero deagles, maybe some Kevlar if they want to indulge. But beyond that, we shouldn't see anything else.
5-7 Deagle P250 USP. It's ugly for PA. His map point should be turned over towards the ATK squad very quickly here. Barring anything significantly wrong. Definitely could go awkward, but it should not. 60. Over towards side. Looking for a pick. Viz was boosted. Still is. But he's seen nothing. Drops down. Can't go for that again. Slow, methodical, diligent from ATK. They do not want to lose to the pistols.
Exactly, they know the money's low. They've read this well. Playing two players in almost every spot. Two towards middle, and I think there's a trio towards B. The smart call. Don't send anybody alone. Play the numbers game. At the very least, find trades. And lead. It's the kill. Doesn't get a second. An opportunity, but the shots don't land. Players will scale forward from ATK. The issue is there's now 3 defenders on the site. It's a very scary proposition when you consider those pistols up close and personal can just 2-shot you away. Ponalone, he drops Swisher in towards middle. And now the buddy system is really going to be tested. Rek finds one on B, a second on B. Good trade from Viz, and Ponalone in the meanwhile drops Mistum. He's just Bodenmaster, the Opera, with an AK in hand and in a 1v3. He's found the first, past the first trial. 2 more to find. On the backside behind Green is Ponalone with a rifle. 6C as well has gathered one of those primary weapons. It is doable. Bowden isolates the second. He knows where the third is as well. He's taking the duel. 5 seconds left. He'll go for the plant, and 6C will jump out. He's voracious, but Bodenmaster, he is not. I was going to say, tilted away from planting the bomb, but 6C wins the duel in the end. And the op will be recovered. I think it might have been dropped off the map. Nope, there it is. Party Astronauts, by the slimmest of margins and with pistols of all things, find a 13th.
Definitely not the kind of round that you would expect to win, but a huge round nonetheless. Massive success for Party Astronauts.
Counter-terrorists win.
But it also seems like ATK win pistol round, I win pistol round. Now, it's going to come down to, does ATK win map, or do Party Astronauts win map? Who will have the great success here on Vertigo, Nate? And it's anyone's game right now, although there is slight advantage to ATK. Their money, though, is in an awkward spot. They lose this one, they buy one more, they lose that, it's 15-14 PA.
The money for Party Astronauts is still quite low. They have to reinvest on everybody except for Ponalone, who has the op. If ATK can win this round while taking down every defender, they might just put the economy in another very off-kilter situation for Party Astronauts. A lot is riding on this one. 4 AKs the op. Everything that ATK could desire. Their built-up economy is doing its work now. A lot rests on these ops, I would say. Bodemaster's had a heater. Ponalone as well. Not as many flashy shots. There was that one, of course, on that push towards B in the first half, but he's just been a rock for his team. Finding kills as needed. Players walking into the crosshair, he doesn't whiff. See how those 2 rifles have played out in this one on number 28. It's a very slow one once again for ATK. It's more fear than anything at this one. Not fear of pistols, rather a fear of the enemy. And beat around the smoke. Might just find one. No, missed him. Posted and ready. Finds the kill. That prompts an aggressive play now from ATK. They will scale forward. 60 staring the smoke, finds no success, no luck. And okay, never mind. The final 4 in the second magazine do connect. Good flash, a quick play from the party astronauts. Chop takes down 1 and falls back. And ATK, this might just shake their confidence in the post play.
They do still have the op of Bowden, Swisher, and missed him alive as well. Swisher out to the open, shut down, missed him next in line by the op. It's Bowden to try and clutch up again this time. Someone holding the bomb. Bowden alone deals with the threats. Bomb plant going to facilitate another buy up for ATK, but they will not have much cash left over into the next round. If they lose it, Party Astronauts tying things up here as we get closer and closer towards round 30. Bowden alone. He's definitely heating up. 60 as well. It's really been those two for Party Astronauts, though, for the vast majority of this game. Chop and Ben having a couple of instances. Viz kind of just getting kills here and there. This aggressive play boosting over in towards Team Mid. I like this call, but it's not going to be stuck around for long, perhaps. Flash could force him away, and it will. Good anticipation by ATK, not wanting to let any map control go for granted.
I like the idea. Didn't bet anything, but they could have. There's relatively little risk there. Bodemaster's going to continue to press the issue, flashing out middle. There's an anti-flash, though, being played by Party Astronauts. Ponalone walking in, finds one. Good trade from Bodemaster, though. The ops duel. Ponalone finds his, but Bodemaster gets the trade. Okay, he's waking up a little bit. He's over towards B. He will drop his adversary. That's DJ, who has slowed down considerably. He'll actually double down as well. Missed him. Caught. This is blind and wreck. The hero, again, he was approaching 30. He still has yet to achieve it. He's at 29. He is the next casualty. Good double dink on the AONS from... Was it Sigsy? It must have been Sigsy. He's Bodemaster. 1v4 op in hand, not the weapon to go in this kind of situation. He'll find one onto Benley walking to the crosshair, but I doubt he'll be gifted anymore.
It looks like he's saving, and I don't blame him. He won't have money into the next round for an op for sure. And there's no real chance of winning the round or even getting the bomb plant out of this. He'll save. He'll keep this op, at least he'll try. And yes, I know, Nate. Do or do not. There is no try. Bowden. He's doing it. He will survive. But Party Astronauts have gotten the map point.
This is the first pause, a tactical pause. We've seen this whole map. It's coming from ATK.
PA called one earlier.
Did they?
Yeah. Much
I
earlier.
must have totally forgotten about it.
It was after that fluky round victory, then they called attack.
Oh, you're right. They won around and called it immediately afterwards. That was like in the very early goings.
Pretty strong after that timeout too.
Yeah, they did. ETK, prudent. They've even used one earlier. Everybody on this team has slowed down. DJ had a very hot start. I think it was at like 14, 15 at the half. It's 17 now. Swisher has woken up a little bit. Wreck slowed down as well, but still more than carrying his own weight. Missed him doing decently. Bodemaster as well, I think, is the one shining spot for this offensive side of ATK. And the buy is compromised heading into round number 30. Eagle, Tech 9, Galil, AK, and Op. It's an amalgamation of unique weapons. And at this point, they really just need a clean opening. They have yet to find one such pick. And that might be a gift. A missed shot, a rare missed shot from Ponalone could set things up for ATK.
Also, can we get a ping check on Bowden at some point, if possible? He's got the tag on a 6. He sees him through the tarp. He's actually playing at 100 ping right now. Nate. 101 ping.
Where the server's located, that would be is he at home?
He's definitely in EU right now with that ping.
That is crazy. From Sweden hitting these shots.
Yeah, he's looked good. I honestly didn't think he was on high ping the way he's been playing.
It was a little slow, but his shots have been on point.
Yeah. Just looked like he was taking extra time to make sure he's hitting his shots. And it's been working for him. 26 and 17.
Yeah. He's been on a slide recently, so that would make sense to me if he's just taking time to really line up his shots. You know, a conscious effort, which would be a very good change.
Jeez,
no, he's finding success.
If he's playing on 100 ping, though, imagine what he's going to be like when he gets back to normal ping.
He's playing with training weights on right now.
No kidding.
Wreck. Greedily hunting, though, for his 30th. Over towards the side hall. Was dropped by the op of Ponelan. It misses once, but does not miss twice. Smokes for an A take. There's already 3 players here to defend. 2 towards the side hall. 1 on the jump up, and a 4th now towards the lobby. To say things are stacked against ATK might be an understatement. 8 seconds left. They have no choice but to go for it. Bodemaster planting on the right. Does not get it down. In fact, missed him, and Swisher trying to kill a pop. Miz now jumping up, tries to do something. Ponelan does drop 1. Chop on the flank finds a 2nd, and now it looks like it should be a Party Astronauts round. Bodemaster, though, the op, swings through, finds 1, and trades it out, and evens things up. 2 versus 2 for Viz and Ponelan versus Mistim and Bodemaster. Bode tagged through the wall, but not bagged. Swinging through, he finds 1. He sets it up. Mistim a 2nd. Boggs, we're going to overtime. ATK sealing away that round, and it's a lot of individual performances coming in from the ATK team.
ATK claw it back. Bowden, the 100 ping warrior. He's caught up to Wreck. He's got ATK to OT. A chance to pull this back. Bio break is the reason for the pause. And we are going to take a little bit of a break as well as we head into overtime. We're only on map 1 today, folks, so stick around. We'll find out who takes Vertigo right after this.
Just a brief break to build up the anticipation for this overtime. I'm Pineapple Hills, joined by Boggs. This is still only map 1 of this best of 3 series. ATK barely bringing it back. They were on the ropes, down by a significant margin in that final round, but Bodemaster, the 100 ping player, the opper, bails them out when he's needed. And now they have an opportunity. Can't afford to squander it. Good start. Rex swinging around. There's his 30 bomb. Finally secured. It takes overtime, but he gets it done. Over towards A, and he's still kicking as well. An opening secured for ATK. Those have been few and far between on their T side. We'll see how they can translate it. Mistim's up middle? Where did he get there from? How did he get towards the lobby? He's found a 2nd in Party Astronauts now. Seems like an unwinnable situation given the amount of control and the confidence that ATK are playing with.
He had to crawl through the air duct, Nate. Podalone one, but not the next. He gets traded out by Bowden. Rek chimes in again. He's woken up in OT. And Chop, with nothing he can do, caught from behind by DJ, who decided, you know what, my teammates have such good control of the site. I'm going to go lurk through B and get the backstab onto somebody. ATK, a resurgence in the last couple of rounds. Where was that when they could have put this one to bed, though?
Pressure was on. They didn't want to go for anything risky. And now that they're back at even footing, they have some rounds to work with, and they know they have to do something crazy on this T side. They go for it. Could also be that bio break. Be more comfortable. Either way, it's a very good start. 60 knows the pressure's on. He's gonna play down towards B. Flashes away Rek. No kills in either direction. And again, the ATK voraciously taking middle. No potential wrap. 60 lots to do and nothing found. Rek again finding the opening. It's a clean. DJ towards the middle. A second on the Viz. The player on site now has a lot to do. It is Chop. He has had a decent-ish map thus far, but it's a lot to ask. 1, 2. The Molotov's licking at his heels. He'll run forward. A third secured. His Swisher drops Ben Leach. Chop has made this more than feasible. He's made it realistic. 2 versus 2 for he and Podalone. And now just a 1v2. Wait, a 0v2. Chop a 4K. The op of Podalone drops 1 as well. And Party Astronauts clap right back with some heroics coming in from that final B defender.
Heroic play from Chop. He stands tall. And he knocks down all the opposition. Hasn't been tested in too many situations like that, but that's a huge individual effort to get a critical round on the board with the Party Astronauts here as they look to go in towards the T side with at least 1 round. If they can get 2, it'd be even better. Bowden tagged by the Oppo alone. Drops that nade on the head of Rek, but it's only good for 7 damage. Retreat from Pone as the Molotov goes into sandbags to clear out that angle. He's up on the boxes, but he gets flashed away and tagged slightly as he drops back down. ATK looking to set up for this take, looking to probe, looking for a pick. Defaulting around, though, not committing one way or another just yet. Then blocks the smoke, has a gap, and if ATK aren't ready for it, this can get deadly. But they still don't have the bomb. They still don't have to commit to the A site. They can go back to B. Zixi, he's fallen out towards B. That's the window. That's the chance for ATK.
Oh, Faith, I like the spot from Mistim. He just doesn't connect with the headshot, though. He's lucky to be alive. He'll fall away. And go very quickly scaling in response. And Podalone has dropped Rek. Back to even footing. EJ and Bowden aren't quite low as well, so it's an advantage for Party Astronauts. Another smoke blocked. Mistim dancing with death. The op of Podalone rarely misses. 4v4 DJ. Finally creeping up. He's going towards B. Viz is spotting the cross, but he's also spotting middle. His plate is overflowing. Pressure. What? I was going to say a good peek. No. DJ gets the kill. Opens up the B side. There is 2 quickly rotating, but the bomb is already crossed. DJ as well doubles down. That's 3 in the round total. Leaving just Podalone and Chop to try and pick up the pieces. Podalone up top of the jump over. Looks something for something, but no, it's Bowden instead to drop his compatriot. The op of Podalone, it has been good, it has been consistent, but can it find a 1 versus 4? The answer is no. Swisher beheads him, and ATK emerge with a narrow advantage going into their CT side of overtime number 1.
Very narrow advantage for ATK, but if they can win 2 more, they take this map and head to their own pick of Ancient with a big leg up over the Party Astronauts. HUD logos will flop back. Just so bear with us, folks. Rek dropping down. He's beat all the opposition. Viz caught with his gun out of his hands. DJ, however, dropped by Podalone. Viz does get traded by Rek from the grave. But there's still a man advantage for the Party Astronauts to work with. Mistim down around that smoke bed, waiting for Mistim. Doesn't even think to clear it. This should be around for Party Astronauts, barring anything horrendously wrong. All they gotta do is just not lose a trade. That's all they have to do.
T side. Aggressions for the T side, guys. You're getting very overzealous right now.
Yeah.
Push down ramp, the push down B stairs. I don't even know where the first kill came from. It was on the Viz, I believe. No, it was the trade.
Yeah, it was the trade. That was the nade.
Viz fell there. Yeah, and then there was another one before it, though. I think that Oppa Ponelon found somebody.
Yeah, Pona, I think probably towards A-ramp.
Probably. That would make the most sense. And Bodenmaster's now stuck between a rock and a hard place. A player on the A side, Ben Leet, is the perfect spot for him to be, but will Party Astronauts disregard the side hall? The answer is no. Chop is here. He catches Bodenmaster hiding in the edges of the scope. That leaves just Swisher. He's had a relatively quiet first map. He's by no means, you know, being dragged along, but still not having that standout performance you would expect from him. And in a 1 versus 4, you might feel more comfortable saving. Again, this is a 12.5k overtime, if I'm not mistaken. So if you lose this and the following, the economy can get quite rough for the CT side.
Swish. The nade. He's expected. He gets it out. And they dodge it. No deaths. Although Ponelon very low. Will be 17 all. Party Astronauts, if they win 2 more, they take it. It's 1st to 19, folks. It's overtime number 1. Map number 1 of the day. Best of 3, number 1 of the day. And we're just getting started. Oh yeah.
Gonna be a long one.
Buckle up.
The 3 best teams. Buckle up, everybody. Nouns is waiting in the back rooms. They're waiting for a 7 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time start. Where will this round go? It's still either teams to take potentially in this first bout of overtime. If one of these teams takes the last 2 rounds, it will be over. Party Astronauts heading for a quick E play. Wreck up close, misses the spray. He's cooled down considerably. DJ now on the site is blind, tagged down quite low. He'll survive, sure, but the site has been conceded. Bodenmaster, a rare miss from him on the 100 ping swing. Party Astronauts well poised here. 6C, a good swing drop. Bodenmaster, a very good spray onto a very thin target. A further advantage for the attacking side of PA. Plant will go down. It feels like this is an 18th for the favorite team, for the team that picked this map.
Yeah, ATK might even just contemplate a save here. It is 12.5k overtime MR3, so they're not getting the 16k. Bowden might be a little out on util. 6C with another kill in the round. That's 3 again. Another hero round from 6C. He had that ace a while ago. He's got 3 kills, basically all the kills in this round here. For all intents and purposes, an ace. Really good work from him again. Ponelon as well, towards the top of the board. And the hunt is on for ATK. Party Astronauts know that the CT side is trying to save these guns. DJ escaping in. Swisher does finally put 6C down, but DJ goes to the ground, and that... it's not going to be the worst thing, but it's not going to be great either. He might be a little light on util, especially as an A4 user. At least Bowden can get an op back into his hands. That's the one thing that is a bit of a saving grace. Still. 2... Actually, that's 3 rounds in a row for Party Astronauts, going back to the last half of OT. They make it 4 in a row. It's a sweep. Get out the brooms.
Very good recovery from Party Astronauts, all things considered. It looked so good from ATK, I should say, in the early goings of this first bout of overtime. I loved that aggressive play. Missed him getting up middle, totally unchecked. Had the makings of just an absolute sweep in favor of ATK, but now they're on the back foot, trying to defend. They find this one, they will survive into the next bout of overtime, but if they lose it, it's over on their opponent's map pick. 6C walking up B, spots some players, gets some information. Still, no kills as of yet, but Bodenmaster beheads Ben Leet through the wall. Wreck finds the second on the Viz. ATK, still some gas left in the tank. Top 6C and Ponelon left to try and prevent a second bout of overtime. They're all towards B. ATK, have they rotated a player around? Yes, they have. They've bolstered the defenses. 3 here. Wreck playing the one way. Around the smoke. Could definitely work out. The Molotov is good. Chop takes damage. 6C does actually, excuse me, and DJ finishes him off. 2 versus 4. 1 for 1 is not good enough in this scenario. Chop and Ponelon. AK and Op. 35 seconds left. Seems near impossible. Through the smoke, Chop comes. He'll find one. Might even find a second. He comes back in sight. Should be uncleared. He'll get one. Podolone a good trade. The op finds a second. Podolone's made it doable. A 1v1 now between the operas. Bowden on 100 ping with an AK rather than the big green. But Podolone has no idea where he's coming from. Just hiding backside, hoping for a sound cue, hoping for something similar, but Bodemaster's not biting. He's actually overthinking it. He's going back towards A, and this might be the opportunity Podolone needs in this 1v1.
Bowden now realizes his mistake. He has to run back to B, but this could also just throw Podolone's whole mind in the blender. He's like, all right, where's he coming from? He could be anywhere. There's so much time for Bowden to work with. He has the kit, and he might just make the right play. He slowly clears up the stairs. Podolone is exposed. Walks back into it. ATK will get OT2. There is time. There is kit. Bowden finds the bomb. The 100 ping Miracle Man pulls it off. Maybe that was the plan all along, Nate. Maybe that was the plan all along. Just double big brain on Podolone.
Too big. Too many wrinkles. He was rifling through them, looking for something, and was caught computing. 18 to 18. There's no downtime here in this set of overtimes. We are right back into the action. No bio break required. The ATK now, they will have to start on the CT side. This has been their weaker side of the two. Only winning 1 of 3 in the prior set. Bodemaster has his op, as does Podolone. Again, no doubts about the buys. It's the fullest of full for both teams. What is the change? System aggressive down the ramp, but not over-aggressive. Still looking for Ben Leet. Depending on the timing, he could very well find him.
Ben could get caught, could be the one getting caught. He is the one who's caught. It's missed him. Just spray him down up close and personal with the A1S. 6C through mid, making all the noise. DJ's good to DJ, there you go, buddy. Headset on, thank you. Does only get one though. Podolone takes out Rack. We're to a 3v3. Bowden's trying to make his way back in. A smoke will wall off his vision. Mistim's making noise too early. Viz is a free kill. Surely Viz gets this one. Mistim doesn't clear stairs. Mistim's had a few of these moments where he just doesn't clear the other corner. And he's been caught off guard because of it. Party Astronauts getting another round on the T side again. So unless Swisher and Bowden have a heroic play up their sleeves. Bowden on the AK now, not on the op again. I don't know. Might be a bit harder for him to rifle with 100 ping. Swisher, nice little drop onto Chop. Bowden spots out one. I don't know if he saw the second player diving back left. Has to know where they are now, but he can't convert it. Podolone and Viz save the day for PA.
Save the day. Regain a lead. Keep in mind the magic number for this set of overtimes is 22. We hit 21-21. We go to another set of overtimes. Do have a tactical pause coming in from the Party Astronauts. This is their second in the game, the third overall. I would say this is a good time to use it.
Definitely. Talk things over. If you can get to 3, you guarantee OT2. Or OT3 at this point. But you also, more importantly, give yourself such an easy chance at taking the series. Or the map at this point. Who knows what Ancient has in store? But we do know map number 1, Vertigo. It's realistically the chance that Party Astronauts have to go to a 3rd. They have no record, no statistics on Ancient. It's probably not a map they play a lot. Especially since last time they let Anubis through. It's just... it seems like a lot hinges on this one singular map for Party Astronauts. Ben will get caught by Bowden, who goes swinging. The 100 ping is not getting the shots done. Ben in the back line, 60 kills by Rack, who drops. No, it's actually Swisher jumping down to eliminate Viz. DJ goes 1 for 1 on Podolone. Chop with the trade, but it's a 3v, now a 3v1, not a 3v2. Ben blinds out of the very same Wreck. Swisher dealt with on site. It's Chop. He's been a hero before. He fakes the plant, but there's nobody even here to hear the sound cues. Missed him. Up the ramp. Wreck. On jump up. Chop will be blindsided momentarily by the in-game leader for ATK. 19 all. Now it's ATK's turn to look for 2 on the disadvantaged side. They get 2 on CT. Things get dire for Party Astronauts. And remember, they called attack not too long ago. Didn't work out.
Well, attack for this round specifically, and it didn't work
Yep.
out. And granted, they did try something new. They did put that tactical pause to good use. They wrapped in through CT spawn. I really liked the idea. Swisher, though, says screw it. He jumps out over the jump over. He put in the jump in the name. And finds one somehow. Untraded. He seals the deal in that one. Tied ball game. And in a scrappy brawl between these two teams. Everybody's kind of slowing down at this point. No one wants to give away the early advantage. Bodemaster had an uncharacteristic miss in the round prior. He's looking to make up for that loss here in round number 39.
He's blind, so is his teammate. Mistum goes down. Bowden falls as well. Double injury from Ben Leet, the in-game leader of Party Astronauts, putting the team in his backpack as he surges on towards the A site. Nobody here to really defend. Swisher's behind smokes and mollies, creeping in towards the site, trying to play a cheeky angle. Chop waiting for rotation. Rek expects it. He sees the elbow. He knows he's got the shot. Opportunity again for ATK with that big pick by Rek. Swisher in the smoke, trying to be a ninja. Has not found a target just yet. It's faded. He dodges the flashbang. Peek from sandbags by Viz as Rek falls to the op. Swisher flashes in. Homeloan's gone. He knows where Viz is as well. It's all up to Swish. Would be a 1v3 4K round. Time not favoring him. And Ben can now toy with him. The bomb is out in the open. And PA will get it. Good little bait and switch between Ben and Sixy. Tactical or technical pause, which is very, very quick. We're back into the action here. 2 on T side for PA. Magic number is 22. Just seems like nobody wants to win Vertigo, Nate.
And they want to go back and forth. At this point, we're approaching the length of 2 normal matches in one map. One alone has the op. There's no question about the buy, of course. 4 AKs and an op versus 4 M4s and an op. That's an NA nade if I've ever seen one from Ben Lee. Unfortunate. That might have done a lot of dunking damage onto Mistum. Top down the ladder, totally unexpected, finds the bomb and a kill. Mistum, though, elsewhere finds Ben Leach, and Sig sees the 2 for 1. They had the information, Party Astronauts, but they don't have the firepower. DJ furthers it, dropping Viz at the B steps. Chop has to be a hero. He can't do it. DJ's waking up a bit. He's found 2 in this one, and Podolo now with the op. 1v4. He's found the first, but down the ladder, there's not much he can do. There's too many players for the op find, and 2 short a time. 20-20 ATK quickly tie things up. Good win for them. And I will say, if they can win this second round, and they can find a majority of the Party Astronauts players in the process, it will give them a very solid shot to win in 22, because the money for Party Astronauts will be in a bad spot.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward already for Party Astronauts and ATK. They have the opportunity. They have the chance. The map is their oyster right now. Chop out in the open. Bowden. He's landed his shot. He's back to his hitting ways. Flash into middle. Pone alone counters. 1 for 1. Should still favor the T side, though. That's more space available to operate.
Op's still around, though. Pone alone is top 5 first team. He's shot ahead of his teammates. Bodemaster still led by Rek, and Ben Leet now timings everything towards the sandbags through both ends. He finds the head of Rek. That is the other kill leader taken down. That does not bode well for the round as Sig C drops yet another. DJ spamming finally finds one. Swisher, okay, a second. It's tied up. Back to 2 versus 2, but the op opponent still here towards the jump up, and he has not been missing at all. He'll find the kill, regain the advantage, and put Swisher in a very difficult 1 versus 2. The rotation has come through from Viz as well. Makes things very difficult. This one,
Look at the time, though.
Lots of time, though, and he has the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting. He'll try to fake the play towards B, go towards the side hall. It's all on timing, though. The op is still posted here. Pone alone. Scott looking the wrong direction. It could be an opportunity, but he's already made the right read thus far.
Swisher One of the best players in the region right now. Trying to outthink his opponents. Poen alone looks the wrong way. Oh, this is so nerve-wracking. They've stayed on A. It's a brilliant read by Party Astronauts, but they know they really don't have anywhere to go. If they go together. And they catch Swisher off. It's Viz up on Scaff. Map point to Party Astronauts here. And this is another tactical. Maybe it's another bathroom break. Not sure. Oh, microphone issue. So,
Should be
figure
brief.
out how long this one is.
It's no connection issue, which is always my biggest fear. I think it's everybody's biggest fear at this kind of a online event. Microphone should be out of the... Yeah, exactly. Match medics are just a pain, a headache. Granted, they have been a lot quicker as of late. But should be a rather easy fix for the admins. Party Astronauts, they have another map point for their own map pick. It has been a long road to get here. We've seen quite a few overtimes in this closed qualifier thus far. We saw ATK in a double overtime yesterday on Mirage versus Detonate. I want to say we saw some others as well, but I could be mistaken. So I am mistaken. Oh, there was an overtime in the last time these teams played yesterday.
Yeah. First map, Ancient. I believe it was first map, but it was on Ancient regardless.
They played on Ancient?
Yeah, in the last series between these two teams. Yep. Oh, no, it was Nubis. Sorry.
I was going to say, did they play it on Anubis?
A
No, they
map.
didn't. I think it was Inferno.
It wasn't the 1916 Anubis?
The 2022 Inferno.
Oh.
ATK won it. I'm going to check right now. The last head-to-head.
Yeah.
Last head-to-head was Inferno.
Okay.
And they played Anubis, that was the time before that.
Got
It was
it.
in February.
2 months ago.
Yeah, the EG White title, of course.
Ah, yes. The infamous CG White title.
Which, of course, is now a very different team because of those pickups of 6C and Chop. There we go. We have finally bought enough time. Microphone issue has been rectified. We have an off on the ground for Potable and a Deagle as well for good measure. A lot on the ground, in fact, for Party Astronauts. Swisher, no problem buying, or shouldn't have a problem buying. See his 7K in the bank. And ATK, once again, fighting from the back foot, fighting to stay alive in this first of the BO3.
They are fighting again. It is their opponent's map pick, and it's not necessarily a great map for ATK either. 0-3 versus MIBR, 1-1 versus EG Black and Pain. A win versus Ends, but Vertigo not been kind. They are struggling here. Both teams, though, struggling to get this one across the line. It, again, really seems like neither team wants to win. They're content to just continue on Vertigo indefinitely. Sixy. He's over towards side hall, flashed away. Retreats all the way back. Missed him. Leading the charge up. He actually takes a vast majority of the entry frags for ATK. 27.7% is more than the lion's share of the average team. But the in-game leader for ATK likes that role. He likes being the tip of the spear. And he definitely does lead from the front, which is a very good sign in terms of leadership. 4 players actually at 30 kills plus on ATK. Only 1 on Party Astronauts, yet they could still win this map. And they started off well with that kill.
Chop was a hero before in the overtime. He's a hero once again, finding the opening. Viz furthers it a second, and we might finally be freed from this first map. Missed him. Does get something in the way of ATK, but still a main disadvantaged situation. And their 2 heavy hitters once again are the first 2 to hit the dirt. Rek and Bowden out of the round. And Chop still on B, has support from the jump over. This is looking like a Party Astronauts round. Chop not mollied out. Ben Leet drops DJ. The bomb planter is taken down as well. He's not in the smoke. Chop finds him. Ben Leet the final, and it is finally a conclusion to the first.